What is going on, everybody? My name is Northy, and today is going to be a really difficult video for me to get through. I'm going to try and be a bit analytical in the way I approach it, but there's no other way to approach it than just a really poor week, and I'm horrified for what our results are going to be. I've got this horrible sinking feeling that we're no longer in the top 10 for any of them, which is really scary. But obviously, I mentioned previously, this is where it all went wrong. Luke Parker, he was never even playing. That was a complete mess up on my part. But as I was recording, I found out that Taron Thomas had been dropped. Just the worst possible timing for it. And unfortunately, he ended up playing a decent game in the VFL side. So I'm disappointed they don't count VFL scores, but it also makes sense. So nonetheless, we had to stick with Kelly, Cripps, and Hill. Now, pretty much every single GWS player did all right. However, Kelly did kind of below average. He got 78, but loads of disposals. He didn't really need to do much. He got a hit from Jason on Francis at some point, but again, not much needed to be done, and he ended up being our best one for Super, which you can see here, it wasn't very difficult to do. But we go over to Paddy Cripps, and he had a bit better of a performance. He had 92 points, which is what we needed. We needed 92 from him. However, the scary one was Bradley Hill, 39, and we double points him. We could have chosen Carl Amon. Really suspect week, and that gives us a score of 326, which drops us out of the top 10. Oh, wow. We're going to have to fight our way back. That is really depressing. Really depressing. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, and it dropped us out of the top 10. Oh, wow. That couldn't have gone any worse. Like, any worse. That's so depressing. Well, next week, we're going to have to make our fight back into the top 10, it looks like, because that is a absolutely horrific way to choke away a top 10 position. Oh wow, that's actually that's hurtful. It's hurtful. I don't like it. But then we go to top 4 here, and again, nothing really outstanding. I don't think anyone really had a crazy game. Sicily had 100. He's our consistent performer, at least. It's good to know that he does consistently well. Again, I see no reason to put him out of the top 4 squad. So there's a 100, but then of course we talk about Kelly. He only had the 78. And in a week where we had this many 100-point scorers, there's no way that we've gotten ourselves a top 10 here. Max Gorn, again, like, I just keep messing myself up with this thing, man. However, the interesting thing is I don't have Todd Goldstein. I don't even have the North Melbourne codes set up on my team. So I couldn't have even picked the winner this week. But nonetheless, I don't think many people expected Todd Goldstein to be in there. So, I guess that's a win. But Max Gorn, again, dropping back to his weak performances as soon as I put him back in. I'm just going to stick him in there. These can't escape me now. And then Charlie Kono, the risk kind of paid off. Like, I'm looking through some of these players. Harry Mackay may have been a better option. But really, it was between those two. Silvani got 1 point extra. Lob may have been a choice I could have picked. Same goes with Dylan Moore. But the one I definitely wouldn't have picked, was Harry Himmelberg. 16 marks. That's one way to get yourself up there, as well as the 37 disposals. That's a strong round from him. I'd be surprised if anyone had him. But nonetheless, we checked the ladder, and we were 229th, which isn't great. Not too many 400-point performers this week. You can see only the 3, but we still are in the top 10 at least. That's a win of sorts. We got to take it where we can, man. It's been poor. It's been a poor week. But then we go over to our top 18. And as I mentioned last week, we didn't start off too great. We had the Richmond game where the backmen did okay, but it was Lynch not playing and Dusty having a poor one that kind of messed us up. You can see he only got 47 from him. Kicked himself 2 goals, which is nice, but doesn't really help all that much. The 81 from Bloston and the 82 from Short is okay. But the one thing that I'm really happy worked out was Angus Brayshaw. Angus Brayshaw ended up being a great pick for us. Got us 100 points from him. We go over to Sicily, obviously the 100 from him. 97 from Crisp, and Sinclair also had 81. So honestly, backline was pretty strong. Backline was pretty strong for our standards. Whitfield may have been the choice we could have made, but again, he's been poor at times. Most of the times at least, so I'm not terribly disappointed in that pick. I'm interested in a few of these. So Sammy Walsh with the 85 could have been better. The 2 choices that we made, Oliver with 125 is good. Brayshaw with 128 is great. And then Lockie Neal with 106 is also really good. I'm terrified that it was our forward line that that messed it up. But you know that Dylan Moore did well, which is great. We got 80. Charlie Curnow was 73. We go down to Goey with 59. That's our third best. Martin with 47. Bailey with 42. And then Lynch with 0. Our forward line definitely let us down. Rank 99. Oh, man. That's really, really tough. I think we actually went up this week, which is good for top 18. I think we went up. I can't tell. I'm not 100% sure. But nonetheless, we haven't gone too far. Again, the strong performance in the middle probably helped us out a lot. And getting that Angus Brayshaw pick was super cool too. It's just the Lynch, the Dusty, and the Zach Bailey pick, I think, let us down horrendously. We could have picked up Jamie Elliott. I was thinking about it. Rory Lobb has been someone I've been thinking about too. Harry Mackay could have even been a pick. Definitely wouldn't have been Himmelberg. Would not have chosen him. But, I mean, it's disappointing. It's kind of disappointing seeing some of these results. Obviously, the star powers I knew was going to be bad, and I really didn't want to drop out of the top 10 there. Yet we have. We go over to the profile now. And there's 2 now that we are just outside the top 10 for. We're going to have to really try and push ourselves to get ourselves back in there because Star Powers, we have been too good this year to stay out of the top 10. So hopefully we can try and find our way back in. Once these bye rounds are over, man, I'm going to be so happy. I got to put some effort into making sure that our team is good next week for Star Powers because we really have to get ourselves a number 1 at some point before the end of the year, I think, for Star Powers. I think that's got to be the way we try and get back. But nonetheless, we're still aiming for that top 10. It would have been really nice to get ourselves that top 5, but again, you can't have it all the time, and it's just a little disappointing. Let's see if there's anyone we know in here that is Bomber Jason 2. I don't know if that's actually Jason Collectibles, but nonetheless, he's in there. And I'm not too sure anyone else. Some like familiar names, but I'm trying to think of anyone who is usually on the channel. I know some people have mentioned, a lot more people have mentioned that they have seen myself on the leaderboards and they saw their names on the leaderboard. So if your name's here, congratulations. I hope you enjoy the moment. But nonetheless, I'm trying to think who else could have been in there. I checked top 4, but top 18. Who was in for top 18? Not too sure. Let me know if any of you guys are on this leaderboard. If not, that's all good. We'll all try and get one next week. But thank God the week is over, man. Thank God that week is over. Let's check our tips. Our tips were nearly perfect, as I'd imagine a lot of people's were, until that Collingwood-Melbourne game. Man, what is going on with Melbourne? I am very, very shocked with what's happening with Melbourne right now. You guys can just see that one. But yeah, the loss on Monday ended up being the one that got us. But nonetheless, I'm more than happy to see it. It creates this bit of parity this year. No one's expected to win it now. I think a lot of people were expecting Melbourne, but with their recent run of form, I wouldn't be too confident about that, especially considering a lot of their wins maybe haven't been as convincing as we've all thought. But other than that, a lot of expected ones. I think Saints could have gotten the Lions, but they just managed to get over the top. GWS beat North. Richmond beat the Power, which I think was a lot closer than we all thought. Dockers versus Hawks was a ripper. That was a sick game. Dockers showing off how good they are. And the Hawks, they are an up-and-coming team somehow. They have managed to bounce back quicker than North, and it just frustrates me. Same goes with Collingwood. They've managed to bounce back quicker than North. And North have been the only ones to kind of outright say they're going for a rebuild, which is really frustrating. Nonetheless, I think the real winner of it is GWS, of Collingwood's down year, because Collingwood, obviously, they finished second last year, but had that pick swap with GWS. So GWS got that second pick quickly, and then Collingwood have bounced straight back. So it was a perfect year for them for GWS for the Magpies to be poor. But I'm interested to see what next week looks like. We'll quickly have a look at that. Some good matchups. We've got Gold Coast for Adelaide. Again, another good test for Gold Coast. I want to see them make the 8, but this year, the 8's going to be tough to make, man. There's a lot of really top tier teams that are just constantly pushing it. It's very top heavy, I think, but it's much more bottom heavy. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Much more bottom heavy. Like, there's some teams who were a month ago completely out of the running. And so that goes to West Coast, that goes to North, that probably goes to Adelaide, Essendon, the teams that have been quite poor so far this season. But a lot of teams have really started to show how powerful they can be. It's a lot of really promising signs. I think this year definitely could be one of those years where anybody could take it. I think from top to bottom, 1 to 8, it's looking really dangerous. I think we've got ourselves in the top 8. St Kilda, Carlton, Melbourne, Brisbane, Fremantle, Geelong. I think Sydney's in there too, and I can't remember who's on the 8. It may be Richmond. It could be Richmond. I'm not 100% sure. But a lot of really good teams in there who are threatening to make a run. And so this round could be really entertaining. I'm interested to see what Richmond Carlton can produce. Power Sydney will be a good one to watch too. And I think maybe GWS Dogs. This will be a real tester for the Dogs. I think it's going to be a very, very high possession game. If it's played in the right conditions and it favours both sides, it's going to be very high possession. So I definitely keep an eye out for the Dogs vs Giants. Nonetheless, we'll leave it there. Hopefully next week we can turn it around. I want to get ourselves into the top 10 for both 18 and Star Powers next week, which means we're going to have to come out with some really strong performances because this week definitely did not produce it. So hopefully next week we'll do better. Let me know how you guys went in the comments below. And if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. Everything is always super duper appreciated. And I will see you all for hopefully a better Team Coach preview next Friday. Sorry, not next Friday. This Friday. Hopefully I will see you all then. Maybe it's even Thursday. No, it'll be Friday. Never mind. See you all on Friday. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week. Goodbye.